Hey all, Alissa here. We are just finishing week 8 of shelter in place, and I hope you guys are all still doing well. I want to take a moment to talk a little bit about the real estate market. As we've finished up April, we have some really solid statistics to guide us forward in how we advise our buyers and sellers. So April is the first full month during shelter in place. So most of the homes that closed in April were impacted by the coronavirus pandemic and what's happening around the world. And so those statistics are very telling. The March statistics, most homes that sold during March were marketed and sold and went into escrow really prior to when everything happened. And so April stats are really telling, and it's really exciting to share them with you. So let's jump into the stats. We've pulled numbers for the Greater East Bay is what we call it. It's from Oakland through Richmond. It includes all of the cities in between. And what we found was the median price for the month of April for that whole stretch of the East Bay was $950,000, which was a 18% increase year over year. So compared to April of 2019, price went up 18%. It's a pretty sizable jump. If we look at March of 2020, so just a month ago, price was up 12%. The March median price was $850,000. It's a pretty impressive jump in 1 month. The other thing that I really want to point out, because it was shocking to me at first, and I had someone else check my numbers to make sure I really got this right, $950,000 is the highest monthly median price we have ever seen. We pulled stats back to 1996, and there is not a single month in our past history where the Greater East Bay hit a median price of $950,000. So why? Why did prices surge in April to the highest we've ever seen? The reason really is an imbalance between supply and demand. So in April, we saw 579 homes on the market available for purchase. That's the supply side of the equation. A typical April, we see 872 homes on the market. So if you look year over year, the inventory has gone down 34%. On the demand side of that equation, we really haven't seen things slow down. I spoke to JVM Lending yesterday, and they have seen a 50% increase in the number of pre-approval applications for the month of April and so far into May. That's a pretty huge increase. If you reach out to Zillow, they have statistics showing that home buyers have increased by 20% by use of their site. So we're seeing a surge in buyer activity. We're seeing sellers who want to stay put, who don't necessarily want to put their home on the market right now. And what that has created is demand for the few homes on the market and an increase in the sales price. What we're going to be tracking going forward is how that inventory shifts, how the buyer demand shifts, and what that means for price. Our sellers are being updated weekly on where things stand so that they know when it's the perfect time to sell and they know what strategy to use. So that's one snapshot of what's happening throughout our market in this Greater East Bay. As we all know, our market can be broken up into little micro markets and that they all perform differently. You know, a home in Rockridge is going to perform differently than a home in Richmond. We are working on videos for all of you with city and micro market snapshots. So if you want to know what's happening in Rockridge, just stay tuned. We're rolling all of those out early next week so you can get more detailed information on all the neighborhoods that matter to you. Also, please know that we have a bunch of statistics on the Greater East Bay. We're tracking everything. We're staying ahead of the market so that our clients don't necessarily have to be the ones tracking all of this. So please reach out if you need anything. And last but definitely not least, all of you mothers out there, I wish you an absolute wonderful Mother's Day this weekend.